Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today we are in a town called New Smyrna Beach, and it's close to Daytona, right on the ocean here. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be replacing, we're going to try to lower an existing channel drain. And what's been happening is back here, water's been flooding, over the channel drain and on up into the deck and on into the house. So again, when it rains hard, this has got a pretty good pitch to it. I don't know if you can see it, but water comes down and the channel drain's not picking it up, and it floods across, and it actually goes clear up there to the house itself. The reason that it does is because it does drain both directions, but if you can see it, it's uphill to the exit, and it's uphill to this exit as well. So what we're going to try to do is lower the channel drain. We're going to take out some sand and lower that channel drain. And over here, you can see we got the concrete saw out because there's a footer down there. And it's going to be difficult, but again, concrete saw, if we can get it in there, you'll be able to cut this footer. It's about 8 inches long and 8 inches deep, maybe 6 inches deep. We're going to take this piece off. We already took some screws out. Take this bolt out. We'll pull up the screen and get that out of the way. Pull up a few more pavers. We want to tie into this downspout drain right here. So we've got to be able to cut that and lower it down about 1.5 inches. So it's going to be dramatic, but what happened is they had a sealing company come in here. Hey, bud. They had a sealing company come in here. Oh, good. And they sealed the pavers, but they pulled the channel drain when they did that. Excuse me. And so now, the sand has gotten away from underneath of the pavers, and it's sunk down here to make it low. So a couple options. One would be to take up the pavers all the way out, lower everything, and the other option would be to do what we're trying to do. Using the partner saw, the concrete saw, sorry I didn't show you that, but what we did was we made 2 cuts, one right along the side of this paver, and then we cut over here, and then we made another cut down the center, and that way we could crack it, just split it right off. We're plenty deep enough, we can always add more sand to bring that up. Remember, this is the original grade that the original channel drain set upon, is right here, and that lined up to here. So we went down about 1.5 inches to 2 inches, and now our channel drain is going to set below that paver, but that's because that area back there by Chuck, it's sunk. It's really deep down there. It's probably 2.5, 3 inches up. But we will give it some drainage because right now that water has no place to go. And what he's doing is he's taking just a little pry bar and we're scraping it out, pull out some sand. We'll get that nice and cleaned out. We'll set the channel drain in there again. And normally channel drain actually locks in place. But again, that sealing company came in here and ripped it all out. And that broke that seal, so they're going to have to recalk it or something to keep it down tight, because water can get underneath of it and float it upwards. And that's basically what has happened here. Water got underneath the channel drain, and where the couplings are in the channel drain, it pulled the sand into the drain, which lowered over here where that Lowe's bag is. That lowered this whole area by about 2 inches. I mean, it's dramatic from that pool to the channel drain. I don't know if you can see that. I guess you can't see it, but it's a good 3 or 4 inches up or down to this channel drain. And of course now it's uphill on both sides and water had no place to go. Scraped it out, we're just using a little pry bar to lower it. Now we got to come back, and you can see right here along the side there's soil that holds it in place. Got to scrape all that off. Whoops, sorry. Scrape all that off all the way along the wall. You can see it comes right off. It's just sand. So we'll clean that all off. And I already set that one. We haven't pushed it down. Remember, there's a coupling that holds it together. And I'll show you that. These couplings, they're not watertight by any means, but they just slide in and out of the channel drain. And that's what holds it tight together. So we got to get those in place. So we'll finish cleaning this off. Chuck's getting the other couplings out. They were stuck way down inside there. And then we'll go ahead and check it. So we scraped off the side. Remember, there was a little bit of sand here. That was really, it sand is what holds pavers in place and channel drain. So we've scraped that off. Now we're ready to go ahead and insert this. We've got our couplings that were stuck in the middle of these things. And these were full of sand as well. So go ahead and put a coupling in there, Chuck, on that side. Put half of it into the one side. Right here, right here. Yep. Just squeeze it together and it'll slide right in about halfway. And then the same thing with this one. Remember, the couplings aren't watertight. They're not designed to be. Yep. Slide it together as far as it'll go. Good. So now we're going to just gently set it down in. Now I want you to watch as I let go of this how deep this goes, because see how we're going down below grade, below the original grade, trying to go ahead and just step on that gently all the way from the beginning. Push it all the way down in. Yep, come walk it towards me. Let's see how deep we really are. Okay, you're almost to where I started digging. Yeah, right in there is where I started digging, so see if you can get it down deep. We got a rubber mallet that we can push it down with. You can also snap them together. Yeah, we're starting to go down below the grade now. If you understand what I mean by grade, you can see here as I get closer, you see my finger. See, we're going down below the grade of the pavers as we go that direction. And the reason being is it's actually the pavers are uphill to the corner of the lanai. So we want to make sure that we can get some water flow going all the way down through here. And it looks like we got it. Okay, so now we're just going to blow off this excess sand. Excuse me. And you can see the channel drain does go down lower than the top of those pavers. If you remember why, it's lower back there where Chuck's standing than where I'm holding this camera, much lower. So we had to lower the entire channel drain. What really needs to be done is all the pavers need to be pulled, but very costly to do so. This way we save them, a few $1,000s, and it should work really well. We just extended it all the way out to its original discharge, which was right there. Dug a little hole for it to discharge, and it'll work great. So this came out looking really well. Again, it does drop down below the paver, below the top of the paver. Let's take a look. From their low spot right here, this is pretty normal, but as you walk down here, you'll see it starts to drop down, and we have good fall coming all the way out. It doesn't look bad, but it is down there about an inch below the top of that paver. And again, rather than tie into this downspout drain right here, because it's right at that footer, we didn't want that water to be splashed back. So much water comes down from the gutter, it might splash back. Nothing's watertight here, no matter what you do. So we lose some water, it would go back underneath of the foundation. We decided to go ahead and extend it and just bring it all the way out to the end of the yard and let it discharge into the yard. If they need to, we can always put this into a drain and send it out here to the lake. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day. Yeah, I know. It's hot and sweaty, and I need a haircut. We're busy, I just haven't had time.